Bread and Butter Farms right now, which is a certified organic farm in Sparta, Georgia. We are doing a tour, and then I think we're going to be working a little bit. I'm not sure, but they have an awesome operation. They have a really cool mushroom program too. This is one of the tours that we're doing for school. Can you back in the light? So yeah, I figured I'd record it so you guys could see some of the really cool organic farms around where I am. So yeah.
In the mornings or whatever after frost, that way humidity don't build up and stuff like that. A lot of times though, just to be honest, here in the South, man, pests are like ridiculous. So I like to cover anything that doesn't need pollinating and let that just ride out until they're ready to harvest. As long as the irrigation running, I'll just pull this over, make sure we got enough, and it'll always just be one. That way it doesn't block out sunlight.
We have also that mesh netting that Johnny sells that you can just
I like that
cover. We put that over the top. So like this is the dino kale. This is gonna be covered up with that mesh netting, like ASAP.
And we just planted this 2 days ago.
The Napa cabbage, covered as soon as you plant it. As soon as you put it in the ground. Eggplant, same thing. Cover it with that, because flea beetles get on the eggplant immediately. Cover them until they start flowering, then uncover them, because at that point in time they can fight off flea beetles. They're strong enough at that point to just kind of do their thing. We'll still spray and we'll cover, because sometimes when you're harvesting, you pull this stuff back, something can kind of get up under there or somehow to get in. So we like to do both cover and spray.
As long as it's organic, we're good to go.
Yeah.
I prefer to utilize open pollinating seeds as opposed to hybrids, but we do use hybrid seeds too, especially with certain types of crops. But I prefer open pollinated. Open pollinated seeds have a way higher nutritional density than hybrid seeds, because hybrid seeds basically are based off of like things like proliferation, right? Heat tolerance, things of that nature. So that open pollinated, they don't take in consideration how much nutrients you're losing when you start to, create those hybrid models. So I love open pollinated, and you'll taste the difference between the two too. Some of the trays will get fungus from the humidity and things like that. So we just take some organic turmeric, sprinkle on there, and you don't have to worry about it. I'll mix turmeric, I'll mix cinnamon, things like that, sprinkle on there. You won't have any more issues with the fungus. So then once I saw that, I actually added it to here. You can see it's so much less than it was.
Oh, it's a lot.
So you can tell here, right? This is fungus or whatever. All fungus is not bad fungus, right? I mean, this
is just a mold moisture.
Yeah,
it's not gonna really
that's all it
hurt the
is.
plants, but I use the compost that comes from that we have out there, because that when we screen it in here, it's already fully composted and it's not moist. That compost is moist, and then with the temperature in here getting the way it is, you're gonna get that white kind of moisture mold that comes on. I try to only grow in the winter trays because I really like the soil blocks. I like that type of like the structure it gives the plants.
Yeah, you can just press them up and they come out instead of having to try to pour the plant. You know what I'm saying? So it does make a difference, but we will use them too, especially when we got a lot to grow. So that's all it is. I mean, the aeration is so important, right? So if you're using city water, you want to add a thing of, fill up whatever vessel you're using and then aerate it with air stones. What that does is removes a lot of the bromides, the fluorines and things of that nature. And those things are toxic to bacteria. So you want to remove as much of that as you possibly can.
100% gets compost tea, but we also use the organic Harmony fertilizer granular. So when we go plant, we'll put that out there too. So.
And how do you apply? You just spread all over it? Or you
the compost tea? Yeah, the compost tea, I just put it all over as fast as I can. I don't need a lot. Like you said, you're just getting a little bit of the bacteria and things like that into the soil, and then I water after that per the usual, and that's it. If it's a disease on the plant, like if it's fungus on the leaves or whatever, that's when I'll use like a very heavy fungus laden tea, because it doesn't kill the fungus that's there, the bad fungus, but what it does is it basically beats them out of the space. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it occupies all the space before they can really get into the space, and then they kind of just die back, and that's really all you can do when it comes to that stuff without spraying something that kills it.
Brussels sprouts, okay. I love me some Brussels sprouts. Where you put them in the oven and you roast them on.
We was debating on putting the thing on, the plastic on, but it's too windy, one. Two, by the time we really need the plastic, won't be until next year. Not next year, but the end of the year. So most of those are blackberries over there, not grapes. And he
That's hanging on the fence over there?
Mostly wild grapes. And he's like, well, this is what you can do if you do decide to. Okay, so we'll clear out that area, add some stuff to it.
So outside is where we start. So we take the tractor, and that's when we dump like all of the like sawdust, and then we come in, and then the bags on the rack, and then it goes into the autoclave, and then that's sterilized. The autoclave.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. So we use hardwood, and we mix the hardwood with gypsum and wheat bran. All of those are organic except for the sawdust, right? And then what we do is we moisten it. We just want enough moisture to show on the hands. That's all you want. After that, we bag them in mushroom bags. Once we bag them in mushroom bags, we stack them up on these containers here, and we push them into this huge shipping container where we have all of our steam dumping into from the boiler. So we have a huge boiler that runs steam. It gets to a certain temp so that it can be sterilized. We pull it from there, we pull it into this first lab, let that cool for at least 24 hours. Then we inoculate with whatever spawn we have. So our spawn comes from different places, all different types of spawn. So this is king oyster. So this will make about 100 to 150 mushroom log bags, right? So one of these will. You can probably squeeze out more than that. You don't, it depending on how patient you are, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can be patient, you can squeeze out as little as you want and allow it to spread as much as you want or whatever. So we have different types: lion's mane, chestnut, king oyster, pink oyster, blue oyster, black oyster. You gotta take a piece out of it, take a good bit out of here, put it into another bag, and all it's gonna do is spread. Once it hits this lab right here, different temp, different CO2 exchange, and different humidity. So we have 3 different greenhouses. This is the inoculation room, so / lab. So you typically go in there sterile, and stuff like that. We move it from here. Once we see mycelium going in, we'll put them over here, let the mycelium move throughout the whole bag. So we'll shake it up after we move it out of here, shake it up a good bit. These bags should produce about a pound every week. So you can do the math on how many pounds this possibly can generate on a weekly basis. Some mushrooms will not generate more than 1 cutting, but oyster you can cut and they come back, cut and they come back, and it's like, you know, you love that. Some of them won't do so well like that. So yeah. Also, we used to use 10-pound bags. 5-pound bags seem to work way better. These 3 bags here, right? We have shiitake, lion's mane, and grayed up oyster, which I can't wait for those. I'm geeked about those. So I really am. So what we'll do is take a piece of one of these, we'll take a scoop out of these, and we'll put it in one of these bags here. And what we'll do is allow that to spread through the bag. Sometimes you give it a week, we'll drop it, let everything kind of spread a little bit, or we'll shake it up or whatever. And then these bags will look like that white bag y'all just saw me pull out the refrigerator. We'll put plants in here like snake plants because they love carbon dioxide. And some other plants, yeah, they just kind of pull it out. So, yeah.
Yeah, I saw that too. That's awesome.
So when do you take them out of the bags though? You see how you got them over here with no bag?
Only those.
Yeah, only shiitake comes out the bag. The rest of them we kind of just put slits in and they just do their thing. Yeah. We also have this space right here. This is 1 greenhouse, but it's like 4 greenhouses at one almost. Or 3 basically.
So they're built connected. So when you go inside, it's just one big space on that side.
We haven't did anything really like that was just fallow right now. So I was trying to fill up everything we got here first, and then move into there for all summer stuff, summer and late fall. So we'll see how it is. We'll just pack it here, keep numbers on what's been harvested, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Throw things into the cooler. We have a cooler here, and then once we work on the gap certification, we'll kind of have a one-way in, one-way out type deal, and then create some type of traceability.
Wash our greens in the washer, use green bags.
Yeah, we spin them down, wash them over here, throw them in green bags, clean them down.
We have our fans. Normally we've been using a mushroom factory, so we do the fans, dry everything off. Very eclectic, and we do it on purpose. Kind of on purpose and kind of not, but we're trying out something new where I was reading something that said pests are stupid. Like, go from one plant, and if you have one whole row of the same thing, then that same pest is going to go down and eat everything. But if you break it up with like 2 or 3 other different crops in between, it minimizes your damage that you get. So we'll come through and do herbs in here in between the plants. We'll do the beneficial pest attractants, like we'll do all of those things, but mainly just trying to confuse them, throw them off with scents and with different crops. Like they'll eat, and they'll be like, wait, I don't like tomatoes. And then they'll stop and be like, okay, where can I go now? They may get confused, they may die. I don't know, we're just trying it.
For the rest of the time that we had at Bread and Butter Farms, we ended up doing a work day where we took all of the chickweed and all the other weeds from this one tunnel out so that they could plant in it. So I have a bunch of cute little clips about that. Finding so many animals, but that means that the soil's good.